Bailey, our lead practitioner, and music by Ryan Kimmery, and all supported by a wonderful crew behind the scenes. So thank you for being with us. And now it is my honor on this wonderful day to introduce Reverend Lynn Chaplain Noe for our opening affirmative prayer. No, the opening. I'm so on top of it, and yes, I've got my wife. TV.
Thank you, honey. We love your pink. What a joyous morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. Oh, the throngs are all the way back there. Hi, everybody. Hi. We are the Center for Spiritual Living in Pleasant Valley, and our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And how we do that is teaching and demonstrating spiritual principles for leading a fulfilling and abundant life in loving and compassionate community. We have our flames, I almost didn't get that out, sorry, flames of faith. And as you recall, in the old days, we used to actually light the flames of faith until the fire marshal came in. So, by lighting the flames of faith, we acknowledge all religions and the fact that there is one power and one presence, one way of life. And in all religions, there is Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism, Christianity, all religions that step forward in love, and there's that fine thread running through all religions, and that fine thread is love. We are love, we come from love, and we honor the oneness within us all. And now, of course,
Is that under TMI, too much information? DMI. So, yes, our wonderful Reverend Betty Ann. And by the way, we're holding Ralph in consciousness this morning. He's fine. Let's just hold him in prayer consciousness. So, together we can read this together too, if you would like. I look forward to what each hour brings. My thinking is peaceful, calm, and centered. Freedom and change are in the air. This is the moment I take back my power. I choose thoughts that lift my energy. And now it is my honor to introduce Bill Rotella with his latest hit, Only Love.
Shine right before your inside the confusion. Leave behind your illusions. Only love is real. Only love is real. Only love is real. Only love is real.
And aren't we proud of Bill Rotella? Such a blessing, yeah. Let's have an opening treatment. Open our awareness, open our hearts for this wonderful, blessed morning. And calm down and take a breath and be here now. All right. So let's all close our eyes, please. And let's take one calming, healing, loving, deep breath. And as I breathe in the presence in this room of everyone here, and this love, and this awareness of this community. And as I breathe out any idea that doesn't match the beauty and the sacredness of this moment. And just another cleansing breath in and joyously out. And in this presence of the intelligence, the infinite intelligence, love, life, God, I am aware of my oneness with it instantly. I am the divine, individualized expression of all that God is. Therefore, in this moment, in this now moment, on this beautiful morning, I open my spiritual eyes, I open my heart, I open my mind. My wholeness is open and eager to accept the wonderful truths that are about to be and always are shared in this wonderful space, this sacred space. And I know with absolute certainty that each and every individualized expression of God sitting in this beautiful sanctuary today is open and receptive to this wonderful service. I'm so grateful for this wonderful service, for this center of spiritual living. And in this center of my being, I give great gratitude and thanks. I release these loving truths into the law of mind. I allow mind to take care of the details while I enjoy this beautiful, expressive, expansive service today. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is time for Daniel Namad and Nemo Patel with We Shall Overcome.
It's burning inside, the hurting and the suffering. Minds creating anger, fear and pain, suffocating our times. The tougher it gets, the rougher social media cries. But we see to it that we tweeting only negative lines. We're sick and tired of history, but repeating it twice. Greed, anger and violence, clearly stealing our nights. Feeling it tight between the shoulders with a chill in the spine. Pinching myself, waking up, trying to stop the rewind and move forward towards stories, overcoming our fears. Choosing love over hate, praying, trading hugs over tears. There's only one choice, breaking down the walls and repair every broken heart on this planet till there's no longer fear.
Walls can't hold us in. Fear can't keep us down. Love will rise again. Yeah, it's rising right now. We shall overcome.
Every time I think it's gonna take much longer,
We shall overcome.
every time I question, am I getting stronger?
We have just begun.
Gonna make a change, we gotta push much farther.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Young Gandhi couldn't fathom how to deal with himself when he was thrown off the train and the pain that he felt. Mrs. Parks disrespected, dragged into jail because of the color of her skin, organs, tissues, and cells. One day, a young girl was shot on a bus by a man, a terrorist, part of the Taliban. He said, on this land, you have no right to stand for what you believe in. Girls have no chance here. Well, now, that's just the story of three souls who shook our planet after being down on their knees. And it's not gonna stop. Those seeds have now become trees, and as human beings, we'll keep on digging till we find peace.
Yeah, the cynics always say that nothing ever changes. The human nature's bound to stay the same. But it couldn't be more plain that violence never pays, injustice never stays. It's bound to fade away. What if history awaits? What if today's the day? We already know the way, so let's all lead the way. We shall overcome.
Every time I think it's gonna take much longer,
We shall overcome.
every time I question, am I getting stronger?
We have just begun.
Gonna make a change, we gotta push much farther.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. Come on.
I'll carry on. I will carry yeah, I will carry on. I will carry on. After we're gone, the roots of the tree we plant will be strong.
Yeah, yeah, come on. Yeah. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Sing it along. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
Makes me wanna sing now. We shall overcome.
Every time I think it's gonna take much longer,
We shall
every time I question, am I
overcome.
getting stronger?
We shall overcome someday.
'Cause I'm feeling it deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Come on, put your hearts together. Here we go. Woo! I knew it. God had a plan for us to do it. To hit rock bottom before we rise and continue. To first learn greed before we learn to be human. To do wrong deeds before we learn to spread beauty. There's always a plan, and now it's time to take a stand for the right of the planet, every woman and man. We ain't gonna stop, only growing our demands for all beings to feel peace in every heart and land. Thank you, Lord, for the strength and the courage to bring us together and keep our souls nourished. These tough times will only drown in our voice, because we all believe that the truth is before us. We shall overcome this pain. We shall overcome this day. We pray for love to lead the way.
We shall overcome.
stage lights on, please. And now it is my wonderful opportunity to introduce our poet laureate, Buzz Noe, the announcer with the announcements. What's the buzz, No? We? What's happening? What's the buzz?
Tell me what's happening, what's the buzz? Tell me what's happening, my name's Buzz. Here's a what's happening. Welcome all to the first Sunday of the month, number 9. Let's trust we'll all get through this pandemic craziness and all do really fine. I'll soon be discussing that subject back up here with Reverend Pam, and I promise our discussion will not be based on spam. I hope I'll have some enlightening words to speak, but right now, here are the announcements for this week. Morning Mindfulness happens weekdays at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live. These daily meditations with Reverend Pam will help you to thrive. Her continuing theme this week is reincarnation and karma. It will embolden your health so you can bypass the pharma. At 7 p.m. Thursdays on Facebook Live, our midweek spiritual uplift session, it's actually called a tune-up, will boost your divine drive. Buzz Noe, I think that's me, will host this week's session. A New Year to Cheer is the title of my uplifting lesson. Rosh Hashanah is the reference for my theme, and staying cheerful will allow you to live out your dream. Beginning Wednesday evening on September 8th, a new Science of Mind class will make your life great, facilitated by Reverend Pam, both live and on Zoom from 7 to 8:30 p.m. down at the number 4 room. Your go back to that, please. Your redefining moments is the theme and the title. It will provide lessons to our spiritual uplift lives will be vital. It's based on Downstairs Dennis Merritt Jones' new book, so attend this class right here or on Zoom. You can take a look. At 4:30 on the 4th Sunday of this month, Lisa Coffey is the host of a class you will want. The wisdom of Vedanta enlightens our lives, thereby ensuring our divine purpose thrives. It will take place September 26th on Zoom. Her guest and the theme will be announced very soon. You can tune in to Lisa after our Sunday lesson. Constant Contact has the Zoom link for this uplifting session. Please keep in mind that our center is always here for you. Please let us know what we can do. Our spiritual treatment that we provide will reveal your perfection and allow you to thrive. You can always leave a request by the phone or send us an email from wherever you roam. How wonderful it is to once again meet here live in our center that is dedicated to help us all thrive. Your loving donations keep our center going, so we can be here to keep your wellness flowing. Later we will list the online ways to give, so you can donate here today or from wherever you live. And 2 other places where you can lend a hand. Please do give them whatever you can. Ventura County Rescue Mission provides the homeless with much good, and Ventura County Food Share feeds the needy in our hood. Our center is part of Ralph's Community Contribution Program. A portion of whatever you spend at the store gives our center a small donation or more. So please do sign up or simply renew, and Ralph's will contribute at no cost to you. Our center's code number is JE859. You can sign up at the store, or you can do it online. And another way to help our center for a while is to shop online using Amazon Smile. When you complete your purchase for the items that you've got, it donates to our center right on the spot. And finally, Rosh Hashanah this week will start a new year. It's a great time to find a reason to cheer. That ends the announcements and everything that is on my text. So now here's Reverend Pam to tell you what's next.
And what's next is another YouTube, and it is the song Prayer.
Well, I'm sitting here in silence, sending people smiles and realizing when we send out love, it keeps on rising. So I choose to close my eyelids to send positive vibes into every living being, from the ocean to the skies. And as I look at all the crisis, I realize that I just can send my love and prayers that will make it through this virus. To me, this is all priceless, to transform all the violence through sacrifice and trying, sitting on this cushion silent. May all beings be happy, peaceful and non-violent. May not one being suffer in their minds, even the tyrants. May all souls find alignment with their hands, their hearts and minds. And may all of us keep walking and persevere in these times with love.
Ooh, sending prayers out to you. 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 Oh, sending prayers out to you. Sending prayers out to you. Sending prayers out to you. Oh, sending prayers out to you. Sending prayers out to you. Sending prayers out to you.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, that was so beautiful. I feel like I don't even need to do a treatment. And
as is often said, if you can do nothing else in a circumstance, pray and pray for others, because that is always going to bring love and something good. So today we're speaking, not we, but Pam and Buzz and the rest of us are focusing on this theme, which is interesting, finding spiritual sanity in an insane world. And I just want to say something about those Nemo Patel films. I love all of the places in the world and the children and the signs and it's just, I wonder, how do they produce those with so many places and so many people? And so anyway, it astounds me wonderfully. So today I have a few quotes, and then I'm going to do an opening treatment. So I'm going to start with a quote that's always inspiring, and most of you probably are familiar with it. And it's from Marianne Williamson. And she says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." That's one you can take and contemplate for a while. And then here's another one that's very, very deep. And it's from Chris Hedges. It says, "Ask not that the..." Hold on just a second. I need to look at my writing here. "Ask not that the journey be easy. Ask that it be worth it." Is this journey worth it? We've had these amazingly unusual times, and they're continuing. And we get to say how we live. We get to show up in our light. And these are a couple from Woody Allen. He's just too funny. "The heart wants what it wants. There is no logic." Yeah? I mean, think about a 2-year-old. What does that 2-year-old want? Whatever he or she wants, this moment. Okay, and another Woody Allen. "What if everything is an illusion and nothing exists? In that case, I overpaid for my carpet." And on a final note from Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind philosophy, once again, my printer was jammed, so I had to write these. Life is not just something to be endured. It is to be lived in joy, in a fullness without limit. And so, taking that thought of that's what's available, that's what's within us, as we close our eyes, center ourselves, and go into that prayerful place. And so in this moment, I'm so grateful for this center, for the message that we have, and for the many loving people who contribute each in their wonderful way. And starting from that place of gratitude, I know absolutely that God is fully present right here, right now. And in fact, I know that God is fully present everywhere. This is His creation. And we have the opportunity to live fully within it. And so as I remember that this is that manifest world, that spirit in form, and I am part of it. I'm a necessary, inseparable part of it. And as I stay with that thought, and I'm aware of and appreciative of all the expression that is there, I also take time to know the highest truth for myself. And that highest truth for myself is right where I am, God is. Right where I am, that power, that free will that has been a gift to mankind, that is within me. And so in this world that is just full of distractions and things that I think shouldn't happen, I know that somehow or other there is a higher purpose. And so instead of focusing on what's wrong and focusing on what I don't understand, I go to what I do understand. I stand in love. I stand in appreciation. I stand in knowing that within each and every one of us is that divine spirit, that wisdom, that ability to create, and that part of humanity itself. And so in this world, which appears to be crazy, perhaps this craziness is simply something that needs to be gotten out, and then we can turn within to that peace that is always present. I know the very core of who I am is light, is peace, is love. And I know that is true for each and every member of this human race, no matter what it looks like. So knowing that I can be that spot of sanity in this insane world, that I can be the one that brings that notion of peace and that sense of peace and that energy of peace into any situation. And I am so grateful for this. I'm grateful once again for this teaching, for this center, and for this opportunity to live this life and to learn in this lifetime what there is to learn and to grow and to share and to love. And I lovingly release this treatment into mind, knowing that it is already done, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you. And now I have the pleasure of introducing the multi-talented, wonderful Ryan Kimmery, who's going to give us a musical gift. Yay!
Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Yeah, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your baby from rolling in those arms. Laid down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. Laid down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. When my mind was wandering like those wild geese in the west. Well, the sun will shine on my back door someday. Yeah, the sun will shine, Lord, on my back door someday. March winds will blow all my troubles away. Yeah, I wish I was a headlight on some northbound train. Yeah, I wish I was a headlight on some northbound train. 'Cause I'd shine my light through the cool Colorado rain. Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone, gone, gone. Yeah, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone, gone, gone. I'm gonna miss your baby from rolling in those arms. There you go. Thank you.
You brought the Grateful Dead back to life. This is wonderful. Oh my gosh. And here comes Buzz and me. But oh my gosh, Rye, I hope you don't fix your other guitar. And you're right. You are so correct. People don't realize how much you do at this center. And also, the mom in me is so proud of you. You kind of grew up with us in some ways, not in lots of ways, but in some ways. So it's wonderful. Thank you, honey. Thank you. And hi. This is sanity in an insane world. This is spiritual sanity being
Sanity.
And so I'm going to start here, and then we'll go from there. Is some people see me as being very calm and not very anxious in this anxiety-producing atmosphere that we have. In this insane world where we're trying to come into balance. And I just want you to know, I only worry about 4 things. I worry about the entire planet. I worry about everybody on it. I worry about climate change. And I also worry about the psychological weight of being alive. So I just want you to know that all is well. All is well here. And now you said Woody Allen, and there's a couple of stories, and then I'm going to hand it over to you. One is there are these 2 women in a restaurant, and they're eating dinner, and the woman turns to her friend and says, the one woman turns to the other woman and says, you know, this is the worst meal I ever had. And the other woman says, yes, I agree, it's terrible, and there's such small portions. So in that dichotomy always. And he also said, in this dichotomy that has always been here, but is now being revealed in more and more ways than we ever thought before, at least since I've been alive, is he said, life is full of misery, loneliness, and suffering, unhappiness, and it's all over much too quickly. And so I say, be here now, enjoy now, and I turn it over to you in this sane moment together.
Okay. Well, thank you, Reverend Pam. And yes, that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's that life is the moment that you're in. Here's life. And we were talking about how things can be considered insanity in the world. So I looked into insanity, and it's actually, if you think something's insane, it's not what's out there, it's what's in here. Because sanity and insanity are coming from our own brains. Because life is life. So how can it be insane if it's what actually is happening in the world at any given time? And I looked up insanity, and there was a wonderful quote in the thing that from Einstein about what insanity is. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And this is so very valid. And I use the term insanity a lot. Like, we can't park in our garage because we've got so many full of things from doing capers and stuff for so many years. I park on the street, and several times walked out to the car without my keys and got there and went, oh, this is insanity. And then went, wait a minute, I'm insane. I didn't bring my keys. But then I go to the good point. Well, hey, where can I see something good out of this? I go, hey, I get to have another walk back to the house and get my keys. So it's a little more exercise in my life. So that is what I try to do, and I recommend to everybody else. Here's what's going on. Look for how this can be bringing you forward. Look to how it can be a blessing rather than a curse. And you're going to be much better off in your mind. When you're better off in your mind, and as I said on the announcements, if you're cheerful in your mind, it's helping your overall health, and you're getting by through whatever's going on in life much more readily.
And you know that is so interesting because in these times where if you listen to the news, there's like anxiety producing and situations here, there, and everywhere, from floods to, fires to everything else. But what we're not recognizing right away is being in this moment, because of this moment actually pushed us into something greater, and we're being pulled by a greater vision. And I say, if you hang on to that coattails, you're going to be in a lot better shape. And they're now looking at all the cities, the big cities like New York and Los Angeles and San Francisco, and people actually are leaving the cities because they're working from home, and they have the freedom to do what they want. And so now there is more homes being made available to those who want to be in the city, and they're changing a lot of the office buildings into condos and things like that. So you always look to see, what is happening and what is not happening, and being in the now over this thing that has pushed us into a new way of being. I suspect if we hold on to its coattails and go with the flow and not be stuck, and don't go into denial. Denial. The old, it's the great river in Egypt, right, right. But you don't have to push this under the carpet in any way. Let us stand on the shoulders of that which we already know, the good, that is now being pushing us, because some of us are going screaming and kicking all the way into this new opening of something that is going to work better and outpicture better on this planet than ever before. So Woody Allen also, it's a Woody Allen day. I can't help myself in this. He tells this story in Hannah and Her Sisters, one of his films, and this woman, the son is talking to his father, and he says, I don't understand why there is so much evil in the world. Why were there Nazis? And perplexed, the father replies, how the hell do I know why there were Nazis? I don't even know how to work the can opener. And so, and he continues and he adds, if it turns out there's a God, and I love this because it's really true. When you think of the divine, let's not keep it small, keep it big, because he said, if there is a God, then I think that, I don't think he's evil. I just think that he was a major underachiever. And so let us open up and let it achieve, the divine spirit within us, flow through us more and more and more. And so as practitioners, come to us, borrow our consciousness.
Right, because that's what we're here to do, is to help you realign yourself with your spiritual connection with God, because we all have that. We sometimes lose track of it and where it is, where it's taking us. But if you simply, and that's what meditation is all about, and what we call treatment and prayer, is simply making that connection. And once you do that, what I've noticed in my life is if I stop and say thank you to God for whatever is going on, I see that the blessing is what's happening much more readily than if I go, oh, this is horrible, I don't know how I'm going to get out of it. But making that choice is always up to us. There was a great quote from Dr. Seuss that I like here. You have brains in your head and feet on your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. And it's so valid, because you can always make that choice of going here or going there. Just look to see what is best, make that connection with God, and you'll get the message. Do this or do that, as opposed to scrambling or out of fear making that turn. Because if you're motivating your life by fear, stress, denial of what's going on, things like that, it's not going to be moving you forward. It's going to be moving you forward if you look to, hey, this is something that can bring me good, can do good for me, and it'll show you the direction to go that will increase that and bring that more readily to your own existence. Because we've talked about this before. Life is what it is. And what is going on, if you give responsibility of what's happening in the universe to the oneness of God, then you have to understand that whatever is going on, existing in any given time, is for the good of the universe. And we humans are not always the way to make the universe better. Look at floods, look at fires. Yeah, they might be affecting us humans negatively, because we have to move, we have to get out of the way. But it is helping nature. It is helping the universe move forward. So that's the assessment you have to make of whatever's going on. It's helping someone, and I'm here to continue that helpfulness. And it'll, again, give that mindset a more positive resolution, and that'll help everything in your life.
I agree 100%. I'm going to go back to everything that you just said. And when you are at those low points in your life, turn to someone who knows the truth. Borrow that consciousness, as I say. It's your consciousness anyway. You just need to open up to it and know that this too, we go through courage, hope, faith, peace, and sanity. We sometimes have those insane moments where we can't even see right. Borrow consciousness. Borrow from the ministers, the practitioners. We are all practitioners. Even the ministers are here. And they really help you open up and see life many times in a new way, or a new opportunity to change and do things that you weren't before. So again, open up and absolutely not only to your own self, but I always say there are things that I say in meditation and when I go to sleep at night, and it's the big one is reveal to me that which I need to know, not that which I'm perseverating about and the tape it keeps running over and over and over in my mind. You know, I wasn't going to say this, but I am. I got a call from Ralph Brennan this morning, and he fell, and he can hardly walk. And he said, you know, and I couldn't get anybody. Yes, he can't, you know, I couldn't get anybody yesterday to see. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, there's no chiropractors. There's no chiropractors that are open, I think, because of the holiday. I said, Ralph. And so in that sanity that I had in this moment of, you think you're going to go straight, you can hardly move, your hip isn't working, and you think you're going to go straight into a chiropractor? I said, could we, and I'm going to leave immediately after service and get him into an ER or St. John's ER, right, and say, could we just start with an x-ray before someone manipulates your hip right out of your body? You know, I mean, there's these moments when you're scared, and so you go to what always worked before. Obviously, chiropractors always worked for him, but there is something better that could help and absolutely support him so he knows it's the puzzle pieces. I always say it's the puzzle pieces. We never know the entire picture. We only get parts of the puzzle, and as they come together, then we see the entire picture.
Exactly. I think I see it. And like you said regarding Ralph, as practitioners, our achievement is to know in our minds that the issue that he's having with it will be revealed and be healed. And the more we put that into thought, the more readily that's going to happen in the universe. Because I've mentioned this before, you know, when we think, when our consciousness works, it's actually putting out electromagnetic energy. And any alteration of the electromagnetic in the universe is causing an alteration. So, and I've had this before on the talk, a small alteration here can lead to a huge alteration somewhere else. So if you know you're altering the universe, let's know that you're altering it in a positive way. Let's put those thoughts out there that are going to take you forward and take life forward the way it should be in your mind and in your heart, and it's going to that much more chance of getting there. And another quote that I'd like to reference from JFK, because we talked about, you know, we're in life, and life doesn't always seem easy. Things show up that you can have an issue with or a problem with. But JFK says this: ask not that the journey be easy. Ask instead that it be worth it. And that is so valid, because things are not easy, but if you know that you can get past the situation, you know that you're going to be better off on the other side, and that's going to take you much more readily to where you're looking to go.
And you know, I say in my life, and we're here, I see this as that eternal journey of becoming back to source, back to nirvana, back to the oneness. And we're using this body suit as our greatest tool and learning example. So everything in this third dimensional body, pay attention to, because it's a learning tool. It's actually getting your attention. And when you, I say, time and tide waits for no one. Ride the wave. Ride the wave. Just say, okay, this no longer works for me. It used to, you know, beating dead horses. It used to work for me. It does no longer. It's time to ask, instead of not only what is mine to do, but embrace new ideas, new ways of being. And I can tell you, at my age, tech is still, I'm learning, and I'll never, you know, I had a video company back in the day, as we say, and so my son, Spencer, who's a techie genius now, so to speak, along with Rye, and so I love working, I hope, I know Spencer won't be listening to this, he never listens to me, so anyways, even in my sane moments, anyway, I love him so much. I mean, you know, I hope he knows this. But Rye, well, he's so patient, and he teaches us everything. And I said to Spencer, says, Mom, I can't deal with you. I can't work with you. And I said, why is it you're so nice to everybody else? Because I think you're smarter than this. I think you just want me to help you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that affirmation that you think I'm smarter than I am when it comes to tech things. So now, how do we embrace and create sanity in the appearance of an insane world? And all of these world crises are absolutely pushing us, calling to us, pulling us. I would rather be pulled by faith, pulled by openness, pulled by newness, rather than pushed by fear. I choose to not worry. And by the way, the word worry means to choke. It's in the 15th century English. It means to choke.
Well, there you go. I think I'm not going to worry today then. But what we're talking about here is that how that mindset that you have, and it's your choice always, where you are in your mind as far as what's going on in the world. But this pandemic thing has caused, as we're talking about, it's created what we look at as a lot of insanity in the world. But at the same time, there's been a huge advance in the technology, communication that we have with Zoom and everything else. So there is something positive coming out of all of this, and it'll continue to be so. And that positive mindset, like we always reference Betty Ann's quote, "My life is unfolding perfectly no matter what." And I love to have that continuing in my mind. And another quote from Ernest Holmes that is basically saying the same thing in different words. Prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. And it's both of them saying, put that mindset of, hey, this is where it's supposed to be, and I'm gaining from it, as opposed to this is terrible, and it's causing me all kinds of problems. That's not getting you anywhere, not taking you forward. I think that's as good a message as we can give you here today, that it's all up here. Take that mind, put it into your heart, and know that with love, kindness, and compassion, you're going to find the best way to go, and you're going to get there in a hurry.
And one of the things I love about you and Lynn, Rev Lynn too, and anybody in my life, is the humor and joy, and you see both sides of things. And so there's another film where a man asks a Martian, he says, what should I be doing? He's asking him for counsel, and he says, shouldn't I be doing something that counts, like, helping elderly people, blind people, becoming a missionary or something? And the Martian says, you want to do mankind a real service? Tell funnier jokes. Make them laugh. Make them laugh. You leave them laughing, as I forget who said that, but leave them laughing. We are here to give God a good time, not to worry, not to think of the future, not to be in the now. You always love talking about the now. And the now is what's happening right here together in this building and out there on Facebook and everything else. But choose to have those ideas that you see both sides. We see both sides now. It's Joni Mitchell, I think. Was it Joni Mitchell or yeah, that wrote that. And so it's already prepared. The good that wants to come in and through and as you is already prepared. What stops it? The door. The cup you think is filled and can go more. The cup needs to keep pouring, as I say, in from the divine spirit into the body, into the heart, to the mind, and let it overflow, not only in you in joy and love and openness, but then what happens is it outpours unto the world. Be that light unto the world. Let the light shine in and through and out as you. So don't be strangled by worry. Instead, feel an expansiveness of the breath of God breathing you, the joy of God joying you. And I release this, and I know in my mind and my heart that it's so, and it's out picturing in my life, and your time to close.
Well, I'll just close with that same idea that we're talking about. Keep that mindset positive. I'll repeat this Ernest Holmes quote. Prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. It's much more readily going to get there for you. And we've been talking about insanity, and one of the things that I'm 76 next month, and as I've gotten older, things that occur out or show up, a picture or a tune from way back when shows up, and I go, whoa, wow, that was 50 years ago? How can that be? And then I realize there's only one alternative to that, and that's to not be here. I like being here, so I go ahead and accept life as it is and know it's moving me forward, and that's my lesson.
Yay! And I just have to say something else too. When you said I would like all of us in ministry and and in service here to come up with their own quote. I said to Ralph the other day, Ralph Brennan, I said, we love Betty Ann so much, and her quote, "My life is unfolding perfectly no matter what," has resonated through this place so much. Her presence is so available. I said, if I died tomorrow and left the building, Elvis is not coming back. Pam's not coming back. I'm telling you, nobody would even know I existed. It's all about Betty Ann. So we need to find our own quotes that we can put on the wall. And so I leave you with open and receptive to new, wonderful, unfolding quotes. And so it is. And new ideas. And now it's my honor to introduce Rye, who I love that guitar, Rye.
Great sharing this with you, Brother Pam.
Yeah, thank you, Buzzy. Thank you so much. Ditto. I'm leaving any day now.
So Buzz mentioned 50 years. Actually, I have a song that I was going to play. It was written in 1971, so it's been 50 years. It's my favorite Pink Floyd song, and it's from an obscure album called Metal.
Even alive?
No, of course not.
Oh, my God.
But I used to listen to this in high school all the time. It was my favorite song. And I learned it yesterday. Never performed it before, but I've heard it a lot. So let's hopefully see if I can do it justice here. Yeah. You say the hill's too steep to climb, chiding. You say you'd like to see me try, climbing. You pick the place and I'll choose the time, and I'll climb that hill in my own way. Just wait a while for the right day. And as I rise above the tree lines in the clouds, I look down, hear the sound of the things you said today. Fearlessly the idiot faced the crowd, smiling. Merciless the magistrate turns round, frowning. And who's the fool who wears the crown? You go down in your own way, and every day is the right day, and And as you rise above the fear lines in his brow, you look down, hear the sound of the faces in the crowd. There you go. That song is called Fearless, by the way, and I recommend listening to it. It's one of my favorites. I like it.
Oh, well, I think it echoes your very independent spirit. And you know what? You're like timeless, ageless, Rye. You cover all the ages. It's fabulous. It's whatever made you who God made you really unique and wonderful. And yes, when you're rolling on down the road, we're going to be calling and saying, come home, little Sheba, come home. Anyway, so now it is my honor to ask the ushers to come forward. And Buzz, thank you so much. You, and honest to God, you and Lynn, I don't want to, not that you're one and the same, but you are the funniest people. And so thank you for bringing such joy into our lives and wisdom. Okay, so as we read our offertory together, divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is, and that's the way it is. And so now, as the baskets pass, we can have music under, if easy. You pass the baskets, and the small basket is for affirmative cards, and the larger basket is for placing your donation in. So thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Sandy. And as this goes by, Marcia Beebe, you did an amazing job today. Oh, my God. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. She basically ran the board. Thank you, sweetheart, so much. And so did everybody. Thank you behind the scenes for our Marcia, our Sandy, our Nikki, and our just Pamela Bailey here today as our lead practitioner, Lynn, Buzz, and Ryan. And there is something I want to announce. And Sabina, will you come up, please, and announce this? Yay, Sabina, talking about behind the scenes. What? You still speak after all these years?
What I'm announcing?
The bookstore. She came up with an amazing idea, and it's going into...
All right. I don't know how amazing it is, but probably it's going to create some movement in the bookstore. Please go to the bookstore. There is a little sticker that you can get. It's $1 off on everything from the store. And you know our store is a couple of dollars or more, so you're actually getting a great deal. Please get your yellow sticker. It says $1 off and shop. Ta-da!
Yay! And you know what? I want to share how I know you. Some people know. My son, his first job was at Brooks Brothers. He should have had a job a lot sooner, but his first job was at Brooks Brothers. No, he's doing, why do I do this to him? Oh my God. And guess who was his boss? And after being with her like for 5 minutes, he said, Mom, you've got to meet Sabina and her husband Plumman. He loves Plumman, and he loves you still so much. And so anyway, thank you so much. So she knows marketing. She knows sales. And it's wonderful. Thank you for that brilliant idea. So now, let us just go within for our closing prayer and bringing it all together. Let us, as I stay in the I am, please personalize these words. am concentrating, releasing, and asking to have revealed in and through and as me what my fingerprint of God, the unique gift I bring from the moment I was even thought of, through birth, through making the transition, and on to all the incarnations in this immortal soul that is incorrupt and pure. I am just so happy to be here now. My lesson is to give God, the energetic presence within me, a good time while I am fully present in the now, listening to that still small voice that guides and provides me and brings in that absolute balance of who I am. In that dichotomy, I have many, many choices. And so when I am at that fork in the road, you just take it. You just take it, as Yogi Berra said, and you say, reveal to me now, what is the next step when I don't know what to do? Reveal, lead me, guide me, provide for me, and I am open and receptive. When as I knock at the door opens and all the good comes flowing in, and I no longer worry, I no longer choke, I let go, let God, and miracles are now manifesting in this lifetime, right here, right now, no matter what is happening all around. And so as I leave here today, I look for the sane balance in my life. I go with that, and I am also just embracing all the newness that is flowing in beyond what looks like a heaven quake, an earthquake, a change quake, an earth change, what's happening, a people change. It's a heaven quake, opening up to new, greater ideas. And I let this go, know it's so, and together we say, and so it is. And that's the way it is. Now we're going to sing together. Yes, there is peace on earth. You can stand or sit, whatever you want to do here. Something wonderful is happening. Roman, do you have something to say? Oh! That made me laugh. There's something wonderful that's happening, and Plummet is just announcing. I know it in my mind. I feel it in my body. I see it in my life. And so it is. Yay! Have a blessed Labor Day weekend. Don't be laborious about it. Okay.